Hello and welcome to an edition of Rantz. This is a special edition because we've just come back from the second test event. We're on a rattling bus. We're going to go out for a Ruby. So obviously we'll probably hear our thoughts at some point about the actual test event, but this is actually focusing mostly on the Liverpool game tomorrow. Liverpool are unbeaten at Anfield in 36 games. Obviously chasing Man City, who won today at Fulham. So it's very important for them to basically keep up the pace with the leaders. I will be unfortunately because of Mother's Day. I can't actually go to the game. Chris' mum is to celebrate Mother's Day, so he will be going to the game.
I won't be.
Oh, you won't be? Oh no.
I'll be going to the Spurs ladies game in Chesney.
Oh, this is when the Spurs ladies can actually get promoted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I might try and sneak down there to myself actually if I can.
And it was going to be a close one now because Spurs obviously lost last week against I can't remember who it was, lost 2-1 at home.
Yeah.
And Man United won, so I think they're actually level on points now, up and in that WSL Championship. So this is going to be a big one. Win this one and we keep Man United behind us. But obviously the Liverpool game is an important one as well. So it's just the luck of the draw, really.
For me, it'd be interesting because obviously you've done no Dyer and no Winks. Is Wanyama going to be? Because I think he started for Kenya in the African Cup of Nations. So whether they just play him because they have to play him because he's like he's their best player, and if he's not fully, because I don't know if I saw him at Palace that one game ages ago. He didn't look fully fit. Yeah. I don't know whether he's ever going to be fully fit. If it's going to be the Sandro effect, where he can run around, but that's that extra 2-3% that you need at this level. Whether he's going to have that or not, I think.
Attention, please.
But I don't know what that was, but it's Chris's phone. It's super duper phone. But no, so I mean, for me, I don't know, because I think Liverpool, they've got a very good defence. I think Van Dijk, I mean, he has really transformed their defence. I was talking to one guy about Jason from the Last Word in Spurs show. And I was like, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's the number one nailed on for that right back spot easily. I mean, Kyle Walker just doesn't. If I was Kyle Walker, I'd be really worried now losing that spot. Not just to him, but also Wan-Bissaka as well. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how
Trippier linked with as well.
I don't know how Trippier is still in the England squad personally. No.
I think a lot of people are saying that they can't understand why Trippier is in Spurs squad as well.
Yeah, but I think Trippier, there's a sense of loyalty, I guess. And who knows, maybe he can fix his injuries, get some rest. We don't know, but I think obviously we are going to have to play him. Sergio Aurier is out, he got injured on international duty. Winks, obviously wasn't fully fit. Hopefully Winks can get that fitness going. Obviously we've got a big run in this. But do you know what? Maybe because I'm sitting next to Chris or something, but I've got a bit of Chris's ridiculous optimism. But I think we can get a result. I do think their midfield isn't as good as you would want them to be. I think in midfield they are not the team.
W3.
I mean, Keita, he's kind of tailed off a little bit. I think Wijnaldum's a very good player, but he's not
that consistent.
I don't think he's that elite player that you need at that level, for me anyway, I'm not saying you can't go into it. Henderson, I better not say anything about Jordan Henderson because, well,
Liverpool fans will be trolling this one, won't they?
Yeah, so that's the reason why. And Milner, good player, but obviously, he's 34. How old has James Milner? 34?
Same age as me. Well, I was going to say same age as me, but I don't think so. A couple of years younger. I think he's 35 or 36.
But do you know what I mean? He can't. I mean, he's probably the smartest guy in that midfield. But how he's had the legs to play as long as he has, So I don't know. I just got a funny feeling if we can control midfield. And I really think we can actually, because I think if we can dominate the midfield and be smart, not give away stupid possession, not give away a stupid goal. I'm looking at you, Kieran Trippier.
Everybody is.
I've got a funny feeling that we could get a result, even sneak a win. Maybe again, I blame Chris's optimism here.
The thing is, the only thing I'll be looking out for in that game is basically a performance, because we all remember what happened in the first game, well, when we first met Liverpool this season, and we literally did not even turn up for 90 minutes.
Yeah, we were.
It was surprising. It was only just 2-1. I was actually surprised we even scored a goal in that game. We were literally awful.
I mean, I don't know. It's a really interesting one though, because I think I was listening to I think it was Lee McQueen. He was saying, do you know what? We've not been settled anywhere. We haven't had a consistent back defence. We've been back three or back five. We haven't really had that consistent midfield shield. I mean, basically Liverpool, if they had say Wanyama and Dembele of say 2 years ago, then they'd be running away with the league right now. Because I think that combination, I was finding that back five, and I think that really worked for us. And Wanyama and Dembele were just on such a level that at that time in the season. Sissoko is a great player, but for me, I think we need someone that can help control the midfield, and that would be a Winks or a Dembele. And I don't know how we can try the midfield. Unless, I mean, to be fair, I think Sissoko, if we just tell him, look, just sit, mop up, but just don't be lung busting everywhere. Just
That's not his game.
That's not his game though. But I don't know if he's shown a real willingness to listen. Because for me personally, I'm actually tempted to play him at right wing back over Trippier.
Yeah, I mean, he's capable of filling in anywhere at the moment. Now he's got his confidence up. So
I actually would play him over Trippier. I'd hope Wanyama's fit enough, because actually Wanyama wasn't bad against Arsenal actually.
Yeah.
I thought Wanyama was pretty decent against the games.
Well, he didn't do much against Arsenal really. He just tackled, and that was it. Gave the ball to the next available player.
But that's his job though. That's his job. I think we can have a solid base and say, look, keep it simple. Just be disciplined, which is, I think, he knows how to do that. I think Wanyama, I would actually go for a 3-5-2. I'd have Sissoko and Rose as the wing backs, and I'd have basically just play style Wanyama. Your job is to get the ball and pass it sideways to either Dele or Ericsson. If you can't pass to them, you pass it back. But that's your job. Your job is to get the ball and just get it forward. Don't be the player. You can't be the player you were 2 years ago. I don't think, and to ask him to do that is unfair to him, because he's not physically able to do that anymore. Oh man! But like I said, I was going for 3-5-2. I think Gomez is, I would say he's the weak link. But if I was Kane, I'm not Van Dijk, he'll have his hands full of Kane. Harry Kane will be. And it's just kind of funny. I was on a train on the way home yesterday from work, and the guy saw I was wearing a Spurs scarf, and he was like, "Oh, I don't get why Harry Kane's got a bloody NBA. What do I get away for?" And I just kept smiling. I thought,
congratulations to Harry Kane for that.
I just put my sound down, and I just thought, do you know what? I switch off the podcast. I thought, don't engage. Just listen and smile. And do you know what? I'm very glad that Harry Kane got the NBA, but I do like the fact that it's got a lot of fans of other clubs boiling their piss over it. That is even sweeter. That's what I'm enjoying more.
It was a cavalcade of reactions really for most groups.
Let them boil their piss, all I can say really. But no, I think 3-5-2. I think Gomez, I'm going to say he's the winner. I think Gomez is massively improved. I think Gomez will be, literally two of that Liverpool defence will be part of that Europa League, Nations League. They'll be part of that. Sorry about that. We're on the Eagle Dead bus clearly. But I think those Gomez eventually will be part of that England squad. I think easily. And I think, because obviously, assuming he doesn't pull out from some injury. Incredibly, he had an injury a week before he's playing us. Isn't that amazing? He pulls out from an injury, and Eric Dyer doesn't do that. Clearly, we need to start. I don't know about you. Do you know what? I know.
We're start doing the Ferguson thing.
No. Do you know what you need to do? Just send them lasagna. I don't know what he's laughing about.
Oh, blimey. But yeah, I think I only work with the West Ham lot, wouldn't it? So,
But I tell you what, I'm matched with Declan Rice though, he's impressive. I think if Eric Dyer can get himself match fit, I would be, because if I was Eric Dyer, I'd be worried, because for me, he's now number 3 in that DM spot. I think Declan Rice is number 1 right now. I think Fabian Delph, I don't think he gets enough credit. Fabian Delph is actually a very good defensive midfielder. I think Delph's already ahead of Dyer anyway.
Because he doesn't play in that position a lot, does he?
He doesn't play in that position for Man City. But that was his original position at Villa.
Yeah.
And I think he can actually play that position. And I think the fact that you can always fill in at left back, if need be, give you that cover. I think Delph's a very good player. I think he's extremely underrated for me. And I just think, if I was Eric Dyer, I'd be looking at thinking, you know what? Because a lot of those players that had a great World Cup, they're at risk of losing their places, and I think that's what you want. You want them to for places. But if it makes if it makes our boys play that better, we've got Dele Alli, he's got Lingard, he's got Barkley, you know, he's in his position. He's not guaranteed that. Oh, by the way, just so I play the same club as Harry Kane, I'm going to get into that squad every single time.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So I'm not saying Barkley's going to get into that team, but I want to put a call to Chris actually. Callum Hudson-Odoi, because Chelsea have signed Pulisic, and guess what position he plays at? In the same position as Eden Hazard and Callum Hudson-Odoi and Willian.
So what you're trying to say is that Hazard is going to be leaving, that Bayern Munich will eventually sign Hudson-Odoi.
Or I think we should do a bit of...
do that on loan again.
Or I think we should do a bit of dark arts and go to Callum Hudson-Odoi's agent and say, do you know what? Look, do you know what? Because it's what he said. Was it Ruben Loftus-Cheek? Good player, but well, he can be. He wants to be. But he's the player basically that, do you know what? He's absolutely right. Do you know what? If Mauricio Pochettino had been his manager, he'd have had quite a few England caps by now.
Yeah.
But he isn't. He wasn't. And I think Callum Hudson-Odoi fills a hole. I mean, Lucas is a good player, but he's got no assists in him. I think if we can get someone like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Chelsea would really sooner eat shit and than trade with us. But I do think that with 6 months left, they'll say, look, you can go on a free. We'll go on a tribunal deal anyway.
He's a young player.
He's a young player, but give him the chance between staying in England. Or we can pay market value for him anyway. It doesn't matter because you will pay market value, and that'll be by tribunal. That won't be Chelsea saying it. I think to say, look, take your chance to the tribunal, go for it, or do what's best for you, because you know what, you've had a chance at a tribunal, you're not going to get market value. You know?
Yeah, true.
And I think he's a good player. That I think we need that player. Lucas hasn't shown us that consistency. He's got some goals, but he hasn't shown the assists that we need. He's got the that position requires. And so for me, that's
Attention, please.
2 new checks and swams, notifications, swam. I don't know, fuck that shit. So I don't know, but I think so. Yeah, shall we talk about Palace, or should we say how? Do you think, having been at the new stadium now, that new stadium will now be that 12th man?
Well, as I think some people tried to. Well, some people might have seen the video I tried to load last week, the live shots, which were kind of cut off halfway through because the Wi-Fi in the stadium cut out. And there was only just 30,000 in the stadium at the time, but it sounded mega, didn't it? And I was just under 50,000 in the stadium today for the Legends match, and the sound just booms.
Obviously, the Park Lane, it felt like a wave. When I said when we hear the Park Lane, I actually felt the noise come hit me almost. It really felt like a wall of sound, which is obviously kind of useful really. We did model our it's a wall. It's not a cop. It's a wall. We did model the wall on the Dortmund wall, and once you see it, I mean, it's going to be impressive. I mean, I don't know whether we're going to do that whole. Do you know what Dortmund do? They have all those little white things, yellow things on the Dortmund wall. Do you know the yellow? They have the yellow seats. They hold that whole yellow things. I mean, I don't know whether we're going to do that because I think that's kind of gimmicky, and that is actually Dortmund's thing. But for me personally, the sound that made, and especially obviously you've got that, you've got the Park Lane behind you when you kick off, and then when you're playing into that Park Lane, you're playing into that cockerel, the visuals and everything. I just think it's such a well-designed stadium. I mean, the sound is amazing. I was impressed. Obviously, one of the things that didn't happen today was the fact that we couldn't go into that main, they call it the marketplace or whatever they call it? I wasn't able to go into that because you have to have a South Stand ticket. Because I don't think they really were ready for the sheer amount of numbers that were going to go there. But aside
from bar in Europe, but not good at access it.
But you can access it pre-game.
Pre-game.
But you can't actually see a post-game, which is, I can't think, a bit of an issue, because I think everyone's got their match day routine, really. They like to go to their pubs on the way, do you know what I mean? So that might be a bit of an issue, but for me, and obviously, I better not say that somebody was on a bus which went past White Hart Lane Station, and somebody was giggling incessantly when he saw the queues. Now that somebody will remain nameless. Given that somebody just giggled right now, that could be.
Me. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
But you can all draw your conclusions.
Who's that somebody was? Because somebody got the chance to actually, go up the stairs to go to the Paxton Road end. It wasn't that somebody that went up on Christmas Day and then was chased around by security and then legged it out. That somebody may have done it. I don't know who that somebody was. But yeah, somebody, but it's good to be there. It was nice. For me, obviously, I live locally. What the stadium will do for the community, I have no idea. That's a big thing for me, because obviously I'm from around there. It obviously dominates the whole skyline. It really does, which the old White Hart Lane didn't do. The best example I can give is that they did say, like, when they're doing the old cranes, and you can see like the White Hart Lane crane something. They said the stadium will be that high. I didn't believe them at first. I believe them now, because we actually are that high. One of the things about being up in the gods, though, the Spurs players weren't like Ansa. You can actually see players. You can see faces.
It is kind of odd, because in the last stadium, I sat in the similar position in the old stadium, and the players look so tiny. I'm not quite sure what they've done, but where I sit is a little bit higher compared to my last seats in the last stadium, but you can see the players quite clearly. And obviously the bonus is there's no pillar in the way as well. So they've obviously, the way they've modelled the stadium and built it. Great bunch of points for everyone.
Well, this is where we get off. So now hopefully you can catch us. You can catch him, man like Chris, and he's Crisandro. You can catch me at the Real Shubon. Obviously, check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Tottenham Supplement. I will be on the Chicago Spurs pod in about a month's time, so listen out for that. I'll be obviously giving us a supplement, and my boss is here. I'll be giving us a bit of a shout out, and but like I said, we appreciate your support, and come, give us a shout. Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs!
It's all about.